Whoa. Shout out to Neo working from work, man. We love you. Thank you for coming on in, working from work, man. We love that. Watching from work. You know, it's funny. I'm looking at the chat, and something that made me laugh really hard is I'm looking at what Master Friend said here, and he's like, buy some trading education. And I don't know why it made me laugh, but it's like, you know, get an education. And so I wanted to kind of start with this, you know. Are you losing all your money leverage trading? Do you see your friends make money in cryptocurrency, but you're left with nothing? Does every few months you have dreams of making it, and sometimes you do 4 or 5x, but next thing you know, you throw it in some ishcoin and it goes all the way to zero? Do you consistently fail at trading over and over and over again? Well, you've come to the right place, because we're going to give you the education you deserve, finally, and we're going to give it to you for free. All right, keep watching every single day. Change your life. Once you're changed, join the trading group, become someone that can help others, and then give back to society, give back to the you know, basically to the trading group too, to the place that gave you your freedom. You know, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in, but I'm serious. You know, if you're going hard and you're not getting anywhere, you got to change what's happening. And the one way you can change what's happening is by signing up to my trading group, signing up to one of my teachings the last Saturday of every single month. Jump on in and just change your life, everybody. Please do the right thing for yourself. You know what I mean? Do the right thing for yourself. It's the best thing that you can do, is the right thing for yourself. Does that make any sense? Yeah. Anyway, as I see an image of myself inside myself, pretty weird. Anyway, let's get into the charts. Let's break it down. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I am traveling today. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing something nice for my mother, having a beautiful kind of event in remembrance of my mom and the place in which she lived. And so a lot of her friends are going to come on over. We're going to celebrate her life. It's going to be amazing. And so death is a celebration. It's not a time to cry. It's a passing over into the next realm of life. May my mom live peacefully wherever she goes. Amen. You know what I mean? Anyway, may God bless you all for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. And, you know, we're excited to have you here. We are. Let's take a look at Bitcoin like we do every single day. What Bitcoin does depends, and the whole market watches what Bitcoin does. We saw ourselves inside of a symmetrical triangle. They break up or down 50-50 in my mind. And in my life, most of the time, these things broke to the downside. Okay? Sad to say they did. All right? I thought they didn't, but they did. Most of the time, these break down. All right? And the measured move was 43,562. And you can see, what do? We eventually broke to the downside. We could not get back above the key resistance at 44,091. You can see here, resistance, tried again, resistance. Once this candle came down, you could see the resistance. If I zoom in here, I'm going to show you that is an Adam and Eve double top. You can see it right here, but if we go to like the 1 minute, see it as clear as day. There's your triangle. There's your rounded top. I mean, honestly, once I started really trusting in this pattern and using it all the time, like, that was an easy short. Again, I was with my sisters going to dinner, doing other things today. I was busy during this time, but Bitcoin took a beautiful dump to the downside. Clear as day. You know what I mean? Nasty dump down. All right. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. Where are you from? What's going down? How are the levels here? How we doing? Bonk should be checked first. Sorry for your loss, man. Thank you. You're the man, Sammy. Thank you. Anytime, baby. Anytime. Oh. 50K, baby. So close. We are about to hit 50K on the channel. I believe we're going to do it here live on the channel. It's going to happen. Shout out to the 555 beautiful people on the live. 172 likes. Maybe get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. It would be the nicest thing you ever did. And you'll get good karma points for it. It'll be the best thing that you ever did. We're going to break down Bitcoin from the small to the tall, from the big to the little. We're going to talk about what I see happening for BTC, and we're going to break it down. All right. A lot of altcoins out there that could 100x. Everyone's talking about it. Every video is the 100x altcoin, this altcoin, that altcoin. I mean, we were giving you coins that could 100x throughout the entire bear market. You know, we were 7xing Demetra in the bear market, right? We were 7xing Injective Protocol in the bear market. We were making massive gains in the high coins. We're doing 5x's, 4x's, 6x's last October, a year from this October. The gains that we presented in my trading group were insane. We called the Luna short. It was in a cup and handle. I'm not saying I said, oh, Luna's going to go down, but I said Luna's in a cup and handle. I said the short's going to tell us something. That's written in stone in digital artifactory forever. My trading group doubled when we went from 69,000 all the way down because I was able to call the shorts. We were able to make money on the shorts. People were like, this guy's can handle the market. And we had a really good time. And then we made it through the bull. And now we're back up where we are. And we've showed that through perseverance, you are the opportunity. No matter what happens, you can create the next move. And it's all about you in this market. Anyway, how did I know? Symmetrical triangle. I could tell you which way it was going to go. If you broke this way, once that candle closed in the 5-minute, it's breaking to the downside. And look, how close did I get to the target? 43,582. I was at 562. $20 away. And how did I figure that out? I took the length of the base of the triangle. It's exactly where you were supposed to go. It's just that simple. It's how the algorithm works. And I might even elongate it a little bit. It looks like that was more spot on. Insanity. Absolute insanity. And I posted this to the trading group today. You would have at least had a know-how of what was likely going to happen based on the charts. The charts give you the sauce. Now, I didn't call the short this time. Sometimes I say I'm going short, and I'm not, because I don't want that to get confused with, that's what I usually do. I did not, sometimes I will say, I'm calling short here. And 70 to 80% I'd say 80% of the time, I'm going to give you what I'm actually doing. Whether I'm longing, shorting, or not doing anything. But look, that's an Adam and Eve double top, clear as day. Starts to drop to the downside. All right? Then you get a pretty nice bullish div. You get swing up to swing up, but you get, swing down, but you get a nice swing up here. That's a very strong bullish divergence. You break back up likely to the 200 SMA. See, this is the money. This is that thing that we talk about. The dinero print or whatever you want to call it. I call it the 200 SMA banger. But you get pulled away from the 21 SMA. You'll get a bullish divergence on the 1 minute. Specifically, I do this on the 1 minute time frame. And then you slowly watch price action. What it does is it ends up making an ascending triangle every time. Every single time, and it doesn't hit that many, usually it's 1, 2, 3. You'll see some type of inverted head and shoulder, even if it's hard to see. Shoulder, head, kind of right shoulder. But that one did a little dolphin dip and dipped out. But regardless, this is the pattern. And then I take 70% profit at the 200 SMA. If it keeps going, you get a runner. Usually it could get rejected here if you're bearish. This happens whether you're bullish or bearish. It doesn't matter what's happening in the market. This strategy works over and over and over again. And I've shown it to my students. We've talked about it. I break it down. It's one of the main ways in which I teach. You'll find that the 200 SMA is a really big part of everything in which I do out here in these streets on cryptocurrency. All right. Shout out to my beautiful cryptocurrency fiends. Shout out to my freaks and fruits. Shout out to everyone here that loves their crypto. They love their family. They love God, their family, and their crypto, baby. Maybe one other thing, but we're going to, you know what that is. We're not going to talk about it right now, though. Anyway, but you know what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And right now, we're going to break down the macro analysis for Bitcoin. We're going to look at the weekly like we do every single day. And then we're going to break down where we're going, what's happening, and what could happen. All right? Right off the bat, we knew we had this beautiful weekly support or resistance. Could we ever get 25K again? The whole world would love it. I said it was really hard to buy down here. I used all my might and my years of experience to do. I had to have years of experience to do it. With myself, with who I am, with my willpower, and with my ability to read the charts. All three things had to get combined for me to understand that this was the bottom and to be able to buy the bottom and to see it and to know it and to not care what anyone thought when I said this was the bottom and to not give a dang. You know what I mean? To really just know in my heart of hearts that through statistics and analysis that was likely, very 100% likely going to be the bottom. All right? Now, moving forward, all right? And again, I can go over why I thought this was the bottom 100 times over. I made 1,000 videos about it. I talked about it when everyone brought me up on other channels, like I would be featured on another channel, I would talk about it. I was just like, you know what I mean? Because I wanted people to realize, like, even when I'm being featured and I'm not even on my own channel, I'm going to open my mouth out and say, hey, this is likely going to be the bottom. You know, I'm 99% sure that that's your bottom for Bitcoin, all right? That you're not ever going to go lower, you know. You may never see 25K again. I think that's highly likely. But, you know, I'll take, you know, we'll take it one step at a time. So where's our next previous support or resistance? Well, it's right. Look, those candles stopped. These candle bounced. We had a little bit of skirmish in between, right? So you can see this is clearly a key level of support and resistance. And again, it's not always going to be an exact line. It's going to be a zone. And I'll nestle that zone into place here. And honestly, I'll take this. I like this because these wicked here and these two candles closed. I like that key area. So like Bitcoin has a spot at about 39,000, 39,006. Okay. And then I was wondering, like, are we going to get back above, like, with these candles closed or these candles closed? And to me, that was a zone too, right? And to look at the key area is to actually zoom into the candles. All right. And when you zoom into the candles, they're going to give you the open, high, low, and close. So if I really want to see, what the key level is, I can just literally hover over this candle and see that the high was 44.5. So 44,500 to me, and again, it's psychological, but amazing, right? And it's even on that candle. I'm not lying. You can see up there, open, high, low, and close, no matter what candle I'm on. 44,500 even. The low is an even number too. 39,650 even. I find that questionable. When the highs and the lows of the day are even. It's just so weird to me. It's like, how is that possible? But I guess it is what it is. You know what I mean? Wondering if I'm like too far in the... Yeah, I like when I'm in the center of the frame, I'm also like, I can't see myself and see like how I'm situated. All right, it looks good. I like it. How you guys liking it? How you guys liking the setup? You like my bed in the background? So, or a bed in the background, ain't even mine. You know what I mean? But look, so above this key resistance is 43,400. We break above that. Our next big area is 47,000. And, I just want to see this weekly candle close above resistance. 22 hours, we close above resistance, not come down and wick, even close up strong. So, and even if it closed right here, that's a close above resistance, All that matters there is that $43,500 level. Or 44.5. Sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm confused. Hold on. Oh yeah, the high. Sorry. I want to see where it closed, where the open. It opened at 41.8. So sorry. I'm like, I took the wick there earlier. 44.5 is interesting. No. The key resistance and support is 41 is where this opened. No, where it closed. 43,071. So sorry, everybody. I'm a little disorientated on my traveling. I really apologize. 43,070. That's the key level. I said 44.5. I was out of my mind. That was the wick. That was the high of the wick. All right. I apologize completely. If you caught me on that, anyway. So the key level there, because look, these two candles came. These two candles came. That's significant on the weekly. On like a 1 hour, I'd be like, I need a little more than that. That would be like a pinch or one-off. But on the weekly, that's a big deal. And we take that way bigger on the weekly. So that definitely, to me, 43,000 weekly support. All right. So we got support, 43,000. We'll even say, 43,070. Yeah. And you can see where this one opened. Yeah, it's 43,071. So 43,070 is our key level. As long as we stay above 43K, we're good. So we have an $800 buffer so far. And just keep that in your head for Bitcoin. All right. So in case, because what happens is, you leave the stream, you watch a YouTuber, you read an article, and you get in your head again, and you start like freaking out, and you get real bearish, and then some people start panic selling, and again. So again, not financial advice. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Nothing I say on this channel, nothing you hear a YouTuber say, I'm just kind of documenting my life in real life and teaching you about technical analysis every single day. All right. So as long as we could even just say this yellow line. Who cares what level I said, but I mean, but as long as we stay above this yellow line, we're good to go on the weekly. So these are our weekly support and resistance lines. You can see them. They're set up pretty nicely. If as long as we close above this, it's just very likely we're going to get to 47. We break 47, it's very likely we get to 52,600. These are just, and we've been doing the same type of analysis for you the whole way, all around town. All right. This brings me back to the 5-day chart. Where I'm going to sound like a parrot and say the same thing I say every single day. But I like to reiterate people and not let them forget so they can see my channel has been consistent and just continuously doing the same thing over and over again. The 200 SMA, I kept telling you, as long as we were above it, once we closed 2 5-day candles, 3 5-day candles, it was so likely to me that a huge move was coming for Bitcoin to the upside, because this is how I trade. I live and die by being above the 200 SMA. Like, I literally, my whole life, I make massive gains by the 200 SMA. It changes anyway. So once we saw that, I kept saying we're likely going to move up. And there was bears all over the place. And I even said, when we were here, I said, this could be a bull trap and we could end up back inside the pattern. I said, I'm open-minded to it. I said, but we'd have to break the 200 SMA first. We'd have to break this upper trend line. You know what I mean? And I said, if we're back inside the pattern, then yes, then we're obviously 90% chance we're coming back to the bottom of the pattern. That's just how it happens. But that's just not the case. And what the case really is to take the base of this and then to swing that trade up. And you can see, like, that basically gives you, if I elongate it a little bit, but that's telling us, hey, like, we want 47,000. And I've been calling for 47,000 since we made this pattern, because I've been drawing this measured move over and over again. And I've been saying we've been bullish because we're above the 200 SMA. And I said, as long as we stay above there, we have no problem. So if you've been watching me, I've been guiding every single trader that comes to my channel to learn, because then you can take this and you can trade any market in the world. Tesla, Forex. You're learning how to trade Forex right now, even if you don't know. You'd be like, oh, but I was learning just TA with you. But the way I teach technical analysis, you can use it on any asset, any two assets in the world. You can juxtapose anything and look at them through the realms of these different indicators, and it's going to blow your mind, right? So here's something that could happen. I mean, the 3 days getting overbought. It has a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. It almost has a little bit of bearish div, even though this is swing up and that swings up, the angles are very offset, creating a divergence of angles. And so, yes, it's amazing that we're above supportive resistance. And as long as Bitcoin stays above 43K, we're okay. But the second we break 43K, it's just very likely that we could come back to 39,000. Psychologically, breaking below 40K would be amazing. It would tell all the bears that they were right, that this was a fake rally, that they were going to get, you know what I mean? It would just, if we could break 40K, think about it. Because if we can go to 41, 42, it won't do much. People will be like, And remember, for us to go up to 50K, 60K, not only do we need people to buy, but we need the shorts to get liquidated. We need covered calls. We need shorts to have to buy Bitcoin to cover their call. They become the buyers. Remember that. When you're a short and you get caught with your pants down, you become a buyer of Bitcoin. Just like when you're long, you become a seller. People forget this, and newbies don't even realize this until they first hear it. I remember when I first heard, the shorts. So short squeezes create some of the biggest bull runs and the biggest pumps. So remember, there's a lot of people still short. A lot of people still listening to people, this is a fake rally, disbelief, and I don't know why. I take it one step at a time. Like, we're above a 200 SMA. Like, we break below a 200 SMA, then we're, I'm a computer. I trade like a bot. I don't go by these narratives and these up and down stories, and I think, and I was, and I believe. All that stuff is, honestly, that's for softies. That's for people that want to be soft mentally, period. You want to be strong mentally, you go by the charts and the charts only. And I'm sorry if that's if I sound harsh, but I tell it how it is. You know what I mean? And I think that's why people respect me. And I think that's why I respect each and every one of you for coming here every day, because that's what you want to hear. You don't want to be, like my dad said, pablum feeded, Thanks for all you do, man. Can we do a mini deep dive on NOIA? It has such a small market cap. It may have potential during the bull run. I'm wondering if you see any major red flags in the fundamentals of the coin. Shout out to Joker NYC. Let's take a look at NOIA. Also have some people on my team. I thought, had we looked at it before? I can't remember quite, to be sure. Shout out to everybody here. If you want to join the trading group, hit the link here. Go to cryptolifer.com. Spot to be, place to be. You'll absolutely love it. Cryptolifer.com. Meet people that know how to use the word love. Meet people that know how to love themselves. And meet people that are willing to go the extra mile to change their lives. It's really the place that you want to be. I'm telling you right now. And the place we trade is MEXC all the time. MEXC every single day. 0 spot maker and taker fees, 0% future maker fee, 0.3% taker fee. The smallest fees in the game. MEXC, baby. The MEXC. You know what I mean? And honestly, if you limit out and I'm DCAing, it's unbelievable. So check it out. MEXC will change your life, all right? Cut your fees in half, too, by holding the MEXC token, and then your fees will be even less than they were before. Link in the comment section. I keep it very easy for you to get to, right there to MEXC. And join my newsletter. The newsletter is absolutely amazing, all right? Hit this to I agree to opt in, because I'm going to be doing cool things for everyone that's loyal enough to join this newsletter, including just, things that just, I don't want to say because I don't want to but certain words I can't even use on YouTube, but things that would be awesome for you, trust me. And also, the newsletter itself has huge value. Like, if I never did anything else, which I will do with updates and promotions and other marketing content, you're going to just absolutely love it. So jump on it today and opt in. You'll absolutely love that newsletter. It'll blow your mind, the amount of knowledge and value you get out of it. Okay, so the 3-day chart's telling us, and we're far away from the 21-day moving average. Whenever the 3-day gets this far away, we have to either go sideways and eventually kiss it sideways, which we may. We may go sideways. We may even go slowly up. We could go slowly up. You know what I mean? These things could happen. We are at a very bullish time. And even if we pull back, I still see, look, that's a target of 61,000 somewhere by February of 2024. You know what I mean? Like, that's telling us we could go to 61K before the halving. All right? It could definitely happen, even with a pullback into January. So, all right. We're at 48,000. Let's take a look now at the daily chart. Now, the daily chart's also overbought, but doing this beautiful little loop. Whenever it does this, I take a look at the 22 and I see if the 22 is getting oversold. And it is without a lot of loss. Whenever the stochastics reset and price action doesn't go back below the previous low, it tells you that you got to pay attention. There's something brewing here. And again, my 3-day projection could be a little too far. Like, the smaller time frames teach us. That's why I never try to get too crazy with those projections. But look, this looks just like what this did, and we had a massive candle come right out of it. So right now, when you just look at this together, we could be doing something like this on the 22. And honestly, the measured move there would be a blast. This would also take me somewhere to 52,000, and likely to spill over to the next bigger resistance, 52,300. So right now, the 22-hour doesn't look too bad. The RSI is the problem that doesn't look too good to me. The RSIs have to start to likely retrace a little bit. Again, the daily, has bearish divergence. I mean, take this swing and swing the price to the upside. That's a beautiful up. Take the same swing here. It's a down. I mean, and it's a strong bearish, and you're away from the 21-day moving average. So either we go sideways, so here's the two scenarios. The most likely scenario when this happens to any asset that I've seen in my life is you pull back to the 21-day moving average. It's very likely Bitcoin finds some type of lower retracement anywhere between 39.5 and about 41,000, in that $1,500 area. That's an area that I would be, just because that's where the 221 SMA is on the daily time frame. However, we did break a nice weekly support or resistance, and weekly support or resistance is pretty interesting. And we tried to break it here. And now for one close, 2, 3, 4, and this, if this candle does 5 days, we will have closed above a key weekly support. So as long as Bitcoin stays above support, everything else I say doesn't matter. Support or resistance is the number one for me personally. I don't know how other people trade, but to me, support or resistance takes number one. Everything else kind of follows into that order. It's like once you have a system and an order or things that you go by, you then have to ask yourself, what one of those things do you put higher than the other thing? Do you take your Fibonacci's? Some guys are fibs. Like, at the end of the day, it's all about their fib. Like, they'll be screaming at me looking like that's at a certain fib, and I can't see the fib. It's not that important to me because I'm into my part of my system, my special little sauce, my little spot, right? So, shout out to the 799 people, 302 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. I take this show in the world no matter where I go, so I can never miss a day. I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you all for being here. It's been absolutely amazing. We're going to get into some altcoins. I can't wait. So don't jump out. We're going to jump into a bunch of altcoins. We're going to talk about some gaming coins. We're going to look at a bunch of different stuff. So stay tuned for more. I can't wait. You can't wait. We're going to have a blast. Let's take a look now at the 4-hour time frame. So the 22, and also let's look at the 8-hour. The 8-hour also looks interesting to me. It's double bottoming and starting to look pretty bullish. And whenever I'm looking, like the time frames look a little funny or things aren't perfect, I start to vibe into the 8-hour. And the 8-hour has really been a go-to for me for Bitcoin. One of my biggest trades recently for Bitcoin in the last 4 or 5 months came from the 8-hour, you know? Specifically way back, I don't even go for it, but the 8-hour hidden bullish divergence. Look, you even had hidden bullish here. It's just amazing how accurate it is. Whenever I find it, it tells me, look, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. With the mountain of price action that comes back down, you're gone. You usually never hit that low again. If you even revisit it slightly, you're close, but not, you never go lower. Hidden bullish divergence is such a strong indicator. Whenever you see it, it's screaming and telling you a story. So for Bitcoin to pump, we'd have to go sideways. Let the RSI cool off somehow to negate the bearish divergence for BTC. So here's the 8-hour, like, more conservative idea. Now that the length of that pole is longer. I believe, to me, the way I use measured moves conveys the message that there's a higher move coming. But we'll see. Right here, this is 47,742. That's the key level we're going to be paying attention to and watching. Again, even on the 8-hour, though, I'm getting a little bit of bearish divergence. I'm getting swinging down while these price actions tend to swing up a little bit. It tells me that now I got divergence on the daily, bearish div on the daily, and smaller bearish div on the 8-hour time frame. Somewhat mixed signals. And just when you're low on the stochastics RSI, I've seen massive dumps come from here. Just doesn't mean, we're not curving up yet. You like to see the movement down, then the curve back up, really. But at the same time, support and resistance. So for me, what am I doing? I mean, if I see Bitcoin lose this support, do some type of retest, a short is in order. So the second we lose this key level, which I say is 43,000, even, but we'll call it like 43,070. Once we lose 43,000 even, though, really, in these wicks, it's just very likely, and this looks like an M to me. So if we don't get a bounce, so we're going to look at the small time frames, look for the bounce. If we get the bounce, we're going to consolidate. If we start, if in the next, by Monday afternoon, we're still sideways in here, a couple daily candles, I mean, that's a very good sign. If tonight we start to fall out and slip, and that's why it's good to make this pattern. If this pattern starts to fail, we're going to know way more about the short than most people. If the pattern doesn't fail and go sideways, we're going to know way more about the long before most people. The key to trading is to be ahead of most people. By being ahead of most people is to just be there all the time. Like, that's why I don't take days off. That's why you see me go over Bitcoin relentlessly every single day of my life. And you see, every day is not easy. Every day isn't a walk in the park. It doesn't always go exactly as planned. I don't always win, right? And you're not always going to win. But the key is you're going to continue to push forward. And if you continue to push, you're going to win. The only people that lose are the people that give up in life. Period. And I'm so adamant about that idea. You only lose when you give up. If you're consistently going for a continuous goal, you may not have achieved it yet, but if you're going for it, to me, you're a success. You're a winner. You're going for it. So right now, the 1 hour does look like it's going to take a bit of a bounce. And it has a shoulder, almost a head, and a right shoulder forming. It's interesting. I'm looking for some type of maybe smaller consolidation here on the smaller time frame. And let's see if we can stay above. And then, so that's what happens is I look at the macro. I see the pitfalls and the pains of the macro. And then what I do is I look at the smaller time frames and I wait for confirmation. Smart idea is to put an alert right here. On that horizontal line. Move it down a little bit. And if Bitcoin breaks that line, it even hits that line, I'd like to know, right, without having to worry about it. So right now I'm watching if Bitcoin can consolidate on the 1 hour time frame. If we ever lose this level, I'm shorting it down to 39,000. Might make a pit stop at 41K. The first area we would look at is, if it's a lot of money on the scalp, then I'm getting out when we hit the 200 SMA. The key is, do we lose the 15-minute 200 SMA? Once we start to lose that and we start to drop heavily from it, so let's zoom in here. And remember, this is years of knowledge and a lot of backtesting. So when I tell you this, I'm telling you it off of just a lot of my life that I've given to the charts. Hours and hours and hours alone being a nerd. Nerding out. So look, the 15-minute lost the 200 SMA, tried to get back above it, rejected. That's going to be a bearish sign, okay? So now that we see that, up, down, you know, this looks like it may want to start to come back down. Now, if it continues to fall, loses this channel, we're now going to be looking for the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. If we don't get this bounce, boom. And then once we lose this, it'll be like a bearish retest. And then, I mean, now if we lose the two, and another thing, look, is there's the POC. Once you lose a POC, you're likely coming to the next high volume node. And there's a big gap here in the VRVP. This would definitely pull back some altcoins and give you some price action. This would be 41,600. So just, you know, if we don't do something like this in the next, I'd say 8 to 10 hours, you know, so this really tells us a story. The 15-minute and the 1 hour are going to tell us really what's likely going to happen for the next 4 or 5 days if we're going to get a bigger pullback or more sideways price action for Bitcoin. We don't want to see the 15-minute really break this low right here. We wanted to see it hang out sideways toying and eventually get back above this 200 SMA. That way we don't even have to stress that the fact that we will drop down to the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. All right. So I'm getting mixed signals. There's a chance Bitcoin goes very bullish if it stays inside the range. Second, it loses this, which it may, because we have bearish divergence in the 8, bearish divergence in the daily, and an M pattern, and clear resistance at 44.7. Couldn't get above that wick right there, right? So if you can't get back above that in the next 2 days, you're likely bearish too as well. And you got a gap in the VRVP, which says that you can get back to this high volume node, and you got, you know, a bunch of chop right there that could give you that, you know, and then you lose the 200. It makes sense. It all makes sense to me. So that's my idea for Bitcoin. The second we would lose this key level, I would start to short it down. You know, aggressive short would be the entry right now with the stop loss above here and just take her down, right? It's weekend trading. I don't go hard on Saturdays. It's just not my thing unless I'm already in a long-term trade. Then I'm swinging for a few weeks, and it is what it is. I trade it through the weekends, but I tend not to go too hard on a Saturday night where there's low liquidity and it's very easy to get stopped out. So to me, it's not worth it. If I'm going to be trading 7 days a week, you know, then I traded altcoins last night. When I woke up, I was up $800. I sold my trade this morning, and like I already made $800 like today, you know, and I did it in the first 20 minutes of being awake, right? And I go from there. That was my day trade. I attempt to do a day trade every day. Some type of swing trade, day trade, and then long-term holds. And then I also attempt to do like a 4 to 5 day swing trade or 2 week, depending on how long it takes, you know. Then I also accumulate BTC. I'm always researching a new coin, and I like to trade new coins and little coins too. I gave my whole portfolio that I've been building for the last few months away to my trading group so they could see everything that I got in there. And if that's something you're interested in, jump into the trading group. I believe just seeing that alone is worth $99 because it took me a lot of research, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of conviction to build such a portfolio, in my humble opinion. All right, let's take a look at this baby that just keeps continuing to print called Mint Layer. Mint Layer, you know, and we were into it. We saw it start to move. Someone asked me about it on the live, then it was gone. Then I put this out, boom, perfectly to the upside today. In my trading group, you would have nailed it. Absolutely beautiful call. And then another little flag here that did continue to the upside as well. Let's take a look at Mint Layer now from the very beginnings again. So it made a flag. It broke to the flag to the upside. Beautiful move to 52. And remember, this thing was just like, what, 16 cents, 15 cents? I mean, it did a 3X effortlessly since December 8th. It did a 3X in a day, about 30 hours or less. It's pretty crazy. 3Xing, 3.5Xing almost. I mean, it's insane what it did. So now what? Well, now I wait for the pullback, personally, to the 200 SMA, to the 21. Like, it's just too far away from the 21. Once it kisses the 21, it's going to be ready for another move. Stokes are high. MACD spent. RSI's got some kind of bearish div going. That swings down. Yeah, it's telling me that there has to be some type of pullback. Now, again, the smaller time frames could flag out, and I could be wrong, and this thing could just pump in my face. I've seen that happen. But it looks more likely that the 1 hour at least has to come back down to the 21 SMA. Once it does that, it looks like it could be ready for another nice pump up to 63. It's sad how when you don't get into these things at the very, very, very beginning, the diminishing returns start to kind of kick in when you think about it. It's okay. For someone like me, I guess it's sad because I'm like obsessed with the gains, you know. Shout out to the 871 beautiful souls on the live, 368 likes, $37.53 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for the love. I love you. Shout out to the Mike Paws of the world. Shout out to all my Mike Pa fans. Mike Pa, I love you. I appreciate you, brother. And thank you for everything. Overbought here on the Stochastics RSI. Likely to come back down, in my humble opinion, with the bearish div away from the 21. Once it comes back to the 21 and even maybe comes back to trend like so, it looks like it will continue up on this ascending cup and handle to the upside. Measured move takes us to 64. I believe 42, on the charts, it conveys that 42, 41 to 42 is a good place where I may be able to scoop up some less expensive, undervalued mint layer. All right. This would also coincide with like a support or resistance. You could even take a bit of a small fib here. And that's your golden pocket if you come even lower, man. Maybe, you know. And there you have it. I mean, that's beautiful, right? Mint layer, baby. Mint layer. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's do a bit deep dive here into the altcoins. You know, first thing we want to talk about is Bitcoin dominance. And, you know, even now, people are like, you know what? I might sell a little bit of Bitcoin for these alts. These alts are so hot. Look at Bitcoin dominance. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder, trying to, you know, come back from the dead. We wanted to see a drop on the daily time frame, and drop it did. Wow, it whipped all the way down to a key level and then came back up, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. A group of people thought they were out, and a new group of people came right back in. That's how I look at it, you know. But yeah, we saw this dropping all the way back down to this key level of support and resistance. Bottom, you know, top, bottom, top, bottom. It's just how it plays out. I go over this all the time. Pattern trading 101. And so watching this bigger kind of higher flag, almost a bit of a cup and a handle there too, as you can see. And it still says this is a more downside for Bitcoin dominance. So yeah, we did get that wick back up, but it still claims, hey, we got some more downside. A couple more days, altcoins should give us, you know, and then Bitcoin starts this rumble back up again. But there should be some pullback for Bitcoin. People seem to be selling Bitcoin for altcoins at the present moment in time. And then we'll get a low, and the cycle will just continue. And we'll probably learn some new things about this cycle. It'll be a slight variation of the past cycles, and we'll see it through the cyclical movement. And we'll be able to piece it together pretty early, too, even if it is somewhat different, which is so interesting about Bitcoin, honestly. ASTRADAO getting the move to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. My team had it right there. Shout out to the elite traders. They put it out for you before when it was just right there. Bottom, topped out. Bang, bang, bang. It's in the group all day long, baby. Then there's Beam. Now, is this BeamX or Beam? Like, there was so many beams going on all over the place. Like, you know what I mean? Hold on. Yeah, there's BeamX, which isn't Beam. Because look, that was down, and I was like, dang, that means I'm down hard. And I was like, but I went in on this. I started getting into Beam somewhere around here. This thing is ripping to the upside. It's been an amazing run. Shout out to all my Beamers. Like Dreamers, get it? Beamer. I'm sorry. Shout out to all my Beam Dreamers. But shout out to everyone that's in Beam. It's going to be a great gaming play. I think we're in for a pretty long haul. I'm excited to see where Beam could go and what could happen. Let's deep dive in for all the people that really haven't learned about it yet. And I mean, almost every gaming channel has been talking about it too as well. Shout out to the Jitto crew. We nailed Jitto for the last 2 days, just absolutely tearing it up. Got in at 2, 349, ripped it up to 330, got back in again at 350, ripped it up to 440. Man, this thing's been a dream come true. Paid me both mornings. I woke up to gains. Jitto, baby, jitto. It was awesome. I gave the call to the group twice in a row. We nailed it 2 times in a row. One time was an inverted head and shoulder. Just absolute beautiful technical analysis for jitto to the upside. Absolute, just, you can't beat it, you know. Now, BMX, in my humble opinion, used to be Merit Circle, if I'm correct. They rebranded. You could tell me I'm wrong or right, but that's what I've been kind of getting here. Now, is this the Beam at 017? Yeah, that's it right there. Now, why it's BeamX, it's just because they had another Beam and they had to have something different, right? Market cap's pretty big here. Almost $1 billion. All right? That's kind of crazy. All right? That means it's going to have to go pretty large. That's the only thing that kind of gets me kind of like, you know. Like $795 billion. It does have a Binance and an Ethereum contract address. Because that market cap's so big, I may sell. Like this might, if this gets like a quick pump out of nowhere, I may sell this for something else. I never realized how big the market cap was. Honestly, that's large. You know what I mean? Is that real? Yeah. Wow, that's just so crazy. $50 million in volume today. I mean, it's a big boy. This thing gets serious volume. For whatever reason, people love swinging this thing around. The Beam token serves as the native crypto asset for the Beam network, a gaming network empowered by the Merit Circle DAO. Beam is an ecosystem where gamers and developers come together to shape the future of the gaming industry. One of its core components is the Beam SDK, which is a flexible software development kit that enables game developers to choose between a variety of tools that can be used to fuel and structure their in-game blockchain elements. To interact with Beam, Beam is required. This is the native crypto asset used with the Beam network to pay for transactions. This not only includes transfer of assets, but also involves all transactions. That's crazy, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 869 people, 396 likes, $57.50 in chat revenue. Let's take a look at that fan funding now. I just heard someone coming on in, and we're almost to 50K. Let's take a look at where we're at right now on our way to 50,000 subscribers. I just wanted to take a look. Super close to 50K. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your dogs, tell your dog's friend, tell your dog's cat, tell your cat's cat. We're at 49,992. I'm pretty sure by the end of the show, we will hit 50K tonight. 50,000. I can't believe it, honestly. It's a bit of like a moment in time. I'll celebrate for a moment, and then I'll just get right back on the horse. On our way to 100K, can we double up now is the question. You know, can we double up? But thank you so much, everyone. The last 1,000 really has been a lot easier, you know, a lot less difficult to get to than the last few. But please, if you're not a subscriber and you're new to the channel right now, jump on in. Please, you know, help me get to 50,000 subscribers. Tonight will be the night. It'll be amazing. We get to 50K, I'll pick someone, and, you know, $100 BTC goes to you. So, tell your family, tell your friends. We get to 50K right now. Someone here is going home a happy person, all right, with a blessing. So help me bless you by blessing me. Let's get it going. One of my favorite songs coming on right now, too. Hard, with the music heavy, banging on them. Can you handle it? Let's go, baby. Let's go. 50K watch party. Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Oh, my gosh. It's so intense. But this song's awesome. It's all about the music, baby. Let the music flow through you. You know what I mean? Trying to find out where I'm playing this music, though. Hold on. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find where I'm playing the music. Because I thought I had it right here. But that's apparently not where I'm playing it. That's bugging me out. Anyway, who cares? It's just super loud. I see the window open that I have that's supposed to control that. I don't know. This is not how you get to 50K, though, I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? Hold on. We did it. Did we hit 50K? I'm so confused right now. Oh, that's why. I'm playing it here, right? And I'm playing it from a place that, like, it's just weird. Like, it shouldn't be coming from there. You know what I mean? It should not be coming from there. It should be coming from here. That bugged me out. So I couldn't figure out where the heck the music was coming from. And it's my favorite track, honestly. The Other Side, I actually want to play it right now. I guess I can play it from here, but now that I know where it's coming from, you know what I mean? So we need Bitcoin to make this higher low and pump up to the upside. $50,000 subscribers, baby. Yay! Woo! Woo! I don't give a damn right now about a chart. Give me 5 minutes to party, man. Yeah! 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 Yes! 50,000, baby. Unbelievable. 50K, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. This is awesome. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Man, we did it. I knew we were going to do it before end of the year. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Sorry. Unbelievable. You people are the best, man. 50,000 subscribers, man. Unbelievable. Shout out to Crypto Plumber for the 5 memberships, man. Thank you so much for the love. Wow, Samuel T.A. the Manual. Congrats on the 50K. Thank you. Thank you. Man, 50,000 guys. Like, I'm going to get emotional. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. You know, some Mike Myers. But unbelievable, everybody. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Like, I knew it was going to happen. I didn't think it would happen tonight. I thought maybe tomorrow night. But look at the chat. Chat is going crazy. Like the chat, you guys, look, the chat is going crazy. Like, look at the chat. It's just going crazy, man. So many nice people. Congrats, Sam. Well deserved. Your parents will celebrate with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's definitely a milestone, man. Like 50,000. Like, we did it, guys. We did it. Like, thank you so much, Mars Solo, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for everyone who's sending love right now. Unbelievable. We did it, everybody. We did it. You know? Say something about XRP. Something about XRP. Get it? I don't know. I did it. I was just You said say something about XRP. I said something about XRP. I mean, I technically answered the super chat. 50K, congratulations. Thank you. Nice one, all right? You're amazing, Sam. We love you so much. You work so hard. Amen. 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 God will continue to bless you, my friend. Thank you. Amen. Congratulations. You deserve it, bro. Today was a great day, man. I got to give to somebody. I got to have a good time. Me and my sisters had a really nice dinner. The food ended up being absolutely amazing. My daughter's here with me. She's having a good time. And my mom's still blessing me with good times. That like I'm coming here through her, but it's still blessings on blessings on blessings. Right? I remember the last bowl watching you, and we had way less subscribers. Congrats you. Thank you, man. God bless you, brother. Congrats. Now Bitcoin to 50K. I know, right? 50,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Love learning. We love you. You've been there since the very beginning. I remember when I had 3 people watching my live stream. I remember when I had 100 subs. I remember my first 100 subs. Like, if you told me 50K, like, you know, I dreamed of being at 50K. Yeah, now 100K. Like, now it's like, it's fun. Like, I'll relish in this for a day or two, and then it's like, now it's time to get to 100K. Autograph Bitcoin Ty, I love you, man. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat. I'll do it for you, brother. You'll get one. You got it. You got it. Shout out to Glenn Baker for the $100 super chat. Man, that's so nice of you to do. You didn't have to do something like that. Very nice of you. I'm excited to be here in the bull run. Last bull run, I was so lost. Amen. 50K all the way. Amazing. 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 $183 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. Some of the nicest people in the world. Trav, 50K, let's go. 50K for Bitcoin next. Thank you so much, Trav. Congratulations, well deserved. Proud to be a lifer. Shout out to Crypto Bellico. Thank you. God bless you guys. Are you officially running for president now? Yeah. No, I was already officially running for president. We have to break 60K resistance first. I know, right? I'm 187. It's funny. The channel will 100x in the bull run. I mean, that would be so dope. To 100x in the bull run. Go to 5 million some subs. 50K tonight. If I'm lucky lifer, I'd rather get 99 education success. I wish the lucky one tonight. I'm trying to think. Sam Price for president of the blockchain party. 50,000 subscribers. Congratulations. What did that person say? 50K tonight. If I'm the lucky one, I'd rather get the 99. Please. Education to success. I want to be the lucky one tonight. Crypto King Africa. Interesting. You know what? Then you are. You know, you ask and you shall receive. Email cryptolifers@gmail and you'll be in for the month. All right? And that 99 will go to your subscription. You just got into the trading group for a month because you asked. And the universe put it out there. I had a good night. I'm feeling really happy. And I happen to read your chat. 50K tonight if I'm the lucky one. You know, if you think it's lucky to be with me in my trading group, then I feel lucky that you actually think that. I'm blessed that an individual out there wants to kind of run into my university, into my teaching area. And so you're in, man. You're in. Use the exact email you use. Don't play games. Email right away, usually during the stream. That way we can verify the timing of it all and make sure you're spot on, all right? If you give more alpha, you will get to 100K easy. Anyway, congrats, brother. See you in the 99. All right, and the celebrations are here, but let's get to work, you know? Why people like the stream, why people love what I do is because of what we do, right? Which is the work. And so let's get back to work. It was fun having a little bit of time, but I also have stuff to do. I want to look at what's happening for Beam. So Beam made a nice, beautiful move to the upside. 4 hour needs to pull back for sure. You know what I mean? Period. Let's take a look at our bigger time frames to see what's happening to Beam. Very overbought on the daily. All right. Needs to kind of come on down a little bit. Retrace possibly. Back down a little tiny teensy weensy. Come back possibly to the 21-day moving average. This would be great. It doesn't say it has to all the way come down here. That is our next resistance. But maybe in some type of fib. Let's pull a fib here. And yeah, like the 618 golden pocket looks nice to me. 21-day moving average. So there could be a pullback here for me. Doesn't mean there has to be. This is just something I'm brainstorming up. 1 hour time frame looks interesting though. Thank you so much for the memberships. We really appreciate those. Jumping on in. And we really appreciate that. Blessings on blessings, everybody here on the live. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Unbelievable. I just can't believe it. I can't believe the love. So there's a chance this 1 hour breaks out. You know, even if it does, we could still kind of slowly end up sloping down, making an M pattern. We would have to break above the resistance at 2 cents for me to believe it, you know, we're going to get some more fireworks here. It's cooled down a little bit. 1 hour looks interesting. But, you know, the bigger time frame suggests that we do get a bigger pullback. So, possibly scalp to 1 hour, but I don't like to go too hard against the 1 hour time frame. EGLD going parabolico. All right. We talked about it down here. I went over it when it was in the wedge. 44. I talked about it. I don't know what that is. That's our flag from back in the day. I don't know why that's still there, but it's obviously didn't play out and made the bigger flag. But anyway, as we got tight, you can see we ended up just, I mean, ripping. They changed the name to Multiverse X. Smartest thing they ever did. You know, people used to call it EGLD, but it was Elrond. So it was Elrond and EGLD. Even the name still doesn't really, right? But you can do whatever you want. You know, it's better when these like MX and Multi-X, like it should be MLTX. I don't know if they can change the ticker to MLTX or if they're afraid to do that because people know them as EGLD. I love this project. I've been in since $20. It's now 3x'd. I love it. It seemed to bottom here at $20. That was its bottom. That was its bottom in the last run, pretty close to. And interesting. It went to 540. I think it can do that again. Maybe even $1,000 a coin. I really believe you can see this at $1,000 a coin. That would 10x from $100, a little under 20x from here. So, you know, I'm not saying this thing's going to be a 50x or the biggest thing since sliced bread. I doubt it could 100x even as well. But it's a solid move. From $20, it could definitely 50x. You know what I mean? You could turn 200, you know, that's turning $20,000 into $100,000, right? And that's definitely possible, in my humble opinion, with EGLD. But again, that ship has sailed. I don't believe we're going to be able to get a $20 EGLD anytime soon. You know, just not going to happen. That's what I'm saying. And that happened to a lot of coins, sorry to say. And I'm not saying if you're new here that you missed the boat. There's some new coins that are still going to 100x. You just got to be sharp and pay attention. But there was some moves coming our way that made sense. Wow, that thing just mooned. Like lately, like the last couple of days, things just mooned. People are literally selling. It seems like they're selling Bitcoin. You know, and you can see this by looking at the BTC chart. Like if you look at EGLDBTC, if we duplicate this chart and we take a look at EGLDBTC and you start to understand the relationships behind the coins, right? If we would look at EGLD here, and we take a look at what's happening here, EGLD Multiverse X, all right? And right, EGLDBTC, and take a look at a Bitcoin pair, all right? You can see one Bitcoin in this trade would have made you a third of the Bitcoin, right? A third of a Bitcoin. When Bitcoin is more scarce and, you know, people are mining it, doing everything they can, and you're sitting there just making it off of an altcoin, turning more Bitcoin into more Bitcoin. Unbelievable, right? Anyway, so that's how it was when I started trading. There wasn't Tether. Tether wasn't prevalent. When I started trading on the exchange in late 2016, it was only BTC. That's why I thought it was fascinating. You had to buy Bitcoin, then you had to send Bitcoin to the exchange, and then you had to play around with Bitcoin. The thing is, you were always in a trade because no matter what, you could never stable out. So once you were in, you were in. You know what I mean? I used to think Tether was the devil's coin. I thought XRP was the banker's coin. Like, I was super hippie, like only the most decentralized. Like, you know, now I realize it's a speculative game and we're all playing in it. And, you know, you can try to stick to all of those ideas and morals as much as you want when it comes to crypto. But at the end of the day, if you're here, you're here you're here to multiply your wealth. That's it. You know what I mean? And then to use that to multiply your wealth in something else. At the end of the day, you know, I mean, I like the idea that we're unbanking the unbanked and really getting people around the world into an ecosystem that can change their lives. I love cryptocurrency, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a firm believer. I'm the crypto lifer. But at the end of the day, like, when I get into EGLD, you know, I'm getting it. I'm speculating into it because I believe it can make me more money. You know, I mean, not everything I do for crypto is for money. A lot of things I do are for the space and for people to better themselves. But, you know, when I'm swing trading, getting into a coin, or, you know, last night when I got into JITO, it was to make money, period. Like, I'm not, you know, let's be honest with ourselves here. Okay. You know, the task of the world, everyone goes to work to make money. My work, my toil is trading. You know what I mean? That's how I create who I am in life. That's how I change my family's life, through trading. I've been doing it for so long and dedicating myself to it for so long since I started trading heavily, you know, getting into it, opened up the accounts when I was 25. But before that, in my mind, I was trading. Like, I was thinking of how I was going to always get to do something different with my life, right? It was always a mentality, a dream, a plan, an idea. It starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind, and you continue to grow with that. But wow, beautiful move for EGLD. And how would I see if there's more? Is I'd be on the smaller time frames. You know, like this 5-minute flag looks like it may want to produce. And that tells me we could pump up to 80, you know, 75. So I'd watch the smaller time frames right now for EGLD. It's hot. When things are hot, they pump until they, you know, start to kind of slow down. Remember, we were looking at RLC, IEXECT, right? Let's take a look at it again. It's been a while since I took a look at it, a couple days. Want to do a little up, you know. Look at that. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That looks like a beautiful inverted head and shoulder that could break to the upside. So last time I looked at it, I saw that it was consolidating nicely inside of a bit of a triangle, right? Ascending triangle, really. And honestly, it's just still doing its thing. I can almost say it's in more of a rising wedge. But this thing looks like it wants to start to go parabolic soon. I'm watching this closely for a big move. Cardano did the same thing recently. Was in a very similar price action kind of tunnel and just continued to just absolutely blast to the upside. Cardano, shout out to all my Cardano holders. Shout out to my ADA gang, ADA army. We did it, baby. Things are starting to go in our favor. Finally, bigger movers. And again, it's going to get TVL. It's going to have little coins. I'm just excited for what's happening to Cardano, the speed, the security, and how it can really change the lives of whoever deals with it. So I'm looking for RLC. Really, it's been sideways while other coins have popped hard. It has gone up from the lows, but I mean, I'm looking for that 158 move all the way back up to 219. RLC, that will be 39% gains. I'm watching RLC closely on the radar. This looks like accumulation zone to me. Again, you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. My technical analysis and ideas here just tell me that is I don't own any of this. The company never asked me to talk about it. I don't do that. I don't shill tokens. I didn't even know I would talk about it today. I just looked at it in the chart and happened to see it and remembered, oh yeah, this is something on my radar. That's why if you just pop on my live stream, you may just even just get the moment that I see something that I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, this is hot. Because I'm a good mood kind of guy. I live in a good mood. I'm, 90% of the time, I'm feeling great. 95, 99. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good. I'm consciously in the motion of putting myself in the feeling of abundance, which is the feeling of gratitude. And when you're in a feeling of gratitude, you're in a pretty good mood. It's hard to be upset when you're thankful for what's going on. I'm so thankful for this beautiful sunset. That's why gratitude keeps you from being, someone who's crabby all the time or snobby or in a bad mood. You'll always ask the server, like tonight at the restaurant, I asked the server her name. Her name was Kate. And, and I keep telling you guys that goes so far. Every time I go out to dinner, I know my server's name. Important. I've been doing it for 10 years straight, maybe longer than that, 20 years of my life. My dad did it. My dad taught me these ways. Not everyone had a personable parent, right? My dad was super personable, taught me how to interact with human beings and respect them with love and kindness. My mom was the same way. I had two really cool people that raised me and taught me a lot. And I'm going to keep talking about them all the time. May God bless each and every one of you and my mom and dad, man. And if you're just watching, I lost my mom and dad. My dad in May and my mom just on Thanksgiving Day of this year. And it's been tough. But it's also been a blessing in so many ways. I've already grown so much as a person in the 2 weeks since my mom has passed. And I've seen how I can become such an even better person in her honor. And through all the goodness that she has done, I'd like to do some things. I'd like to be remembered as good as she was. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a tall task because she had so much control and so much respect and so much love for all the other humans around her. And she was consciously aware of how her behavior affected others. And that was really the key to her success, right? And now that I realize that, when I look back, I'm like, man, she really, really knew. She understood, you know. Cool to see VMPX picking up, because that's an ordinal that I got into back in the day, and that's interesting to see that thing. Maybe we could 100x that puppy, and maybe 1,000x. ORDIs were popping off before, you know what I mean? Speaking of which, is ORDI going to pop again? Turbo was out of control today, ripping, right? And someone was asking about it on the stream earlier today. Turbo. Let's take a look at that total market cap, total 3 even. The market cap of all of the mini cryptos. The cryptos. All the cryptos. And so we talked about this breaking out to the upside, 4-hour time frame, measured move. First resistance is 456. We're right at it, got right above it, flagging out a little bit on those smaller time frame. Daily suggests we could continue. We got a little bit of a sell-off in the altcoins here, though, for whatever reason, yesterday. 2-day chart says we continue. Let's see how we close in 21 hours on Sunday night for the weekly candle close. But honestly, that's your Adam and Eve double bottom that we saw everywhere. Then you have your little flag, and then boom, I mean, this thing rips. I would be highly surprised. You know, you're just at a big resistance. Once you get above this resistance, look, there is nothing stopping us, really, from going these 2 legs up. Leg up, leg down. There's just barely a little bit of resistance, and we are gone. And even once we got above this VRVP in that high, look, shoom, there's your next high volume node. We may have some struggles, some ups and downs, sideways price action, but we're going to the moon, baby. $638 billion for the altcoins. Look for a big move coming from Christmas into January and February. January, like last year, was a hot month. If you remember, coins came out just absolutely firing off. First day and on, it was insane. Coins were popping off. And this January, I believe, is going to be something similar. We're going to get an injection of capital that starts right off as the year begins. Bang, 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 bang. You know? So pay attention. RLC on the radar. All right? We talked about Render making that retest. It did that. And I'm going to get into the chat in a second. I know I haven't looked at the chat and the super chats. We'll take a look at all the super chats. So Render got above a previous support or resistance. That was key. All right. And look at this. I mean, I see Render breaking out tonight. The 1 hour doesn't look amazing, but it's so bullish right now. The coin, you know, and that's a cup and handle, like clear as day. I would watch Render for a move. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't make that low and it eventually pumps and then goes kind of parabolic. I'd look for Render to go to 495 from 381. And again, anything is possible. It could dump tomorrow and go to 0. It could rug pull. Anything is possible. I'm always open-minded. We don't know. But right now, the technicals tell me you got a bit of a triple bottom, shoulder, head, shoulder. You know, an ascending cup and handle. The cup and handle is technically moving up. I'm very bullish on Render. It's got a big market cap. Harder for them to rug you. And, you know, the bigger move would be all the way to the top here. This would be a very aggressive entry. Stop loss, but no, you know, protective stop. That's interesting to me. If you're 2 hours ready to rock, yeah, I mean, look at that. That looks pretty. That looks really pretty. I like Render tonight. Hardest chart I saw right now tonight. And I could be wrong. I'm just looking at what the technical analysis and the probability of that has given me. Render, baby, Render. All right. Let's get back into the chat. And shout out to everybody here. Well, we got some super chats there. We got NOIA, and let me grab that. Bang. I even posted to everyone here in the group because might be a coin to look. I remember IOTX. I was into that for a long time. And let's talk about the fan funding. I don't want to be after hours investing. Congrats on 50K. Thank you so much. Congrats on 50K. Appreciate it. DYDX 199 and CONV. That's Convex Finance, I think. Congrats on 50K and route to 100. Lots of love. Shout out to Kyle Vero. We love you. 50K all the way. 100K coming soon. Love you, Sammy. God is love. That's why I couldn't miss today. I had to travel today, and I still brought all my equipment with me just for one night. Not a lot, though. I'm in a webcam tonight. One of the first times I didn't bring my bigger cam setup. Just brought the webcam, you know. Congrats on hitting 50K milestone. Shout out to Mars Solo. Shout out to DV. Shout out to God is love. Shout out to Trav242. Crypto Plumber, always giving the love, man. You're too nice. Far too kind. I don't deserve the kindness. Crypto Bellico. Well deserved. Proud to be a lifer. God bless you, man. Trav2432. God bless you. The PVU note. The PVU. Say something. XRP. Yep. DV. Flavor. Samuel, the TA Manual. Congrats on 50K. Bam. I want to make sure I hit that like every time. Congrats on 50K. Crypto Billy. I'm in for the autograph tie. Look at Pulse Chain. Funny. Where can I purchase ML? Your YouTube is better than any group I've ever been in. I joined the 99. Your insights on the 200 MA is game changer. I'll read 2 days out of 10. Thank you. Love you, brother. Thoughts on GRT? Could you TA OGGY, USDT? Just broke weekly trend. I'm up 80%. Just want to know areas to look for. Seems like a bonk play. Shout out to Shirt to Verdermo. Big red candles around the corner. Shout out to CHF. Draw us a cat. Thank you for inspiring me. Shout out to Sean Whitney. You mean the cat ears, right? Yeah. Telcoin could get 75% gains June. Bullish Roger Dodger. I recommend everyone who hasn't already joined the 99 get the education and the 24/7 support you need. Much love to all you and God bless. Keep grinding. Kyle Vero. Shout out to Johnny Rum for the $5 super chat. Let's look at IOTX getting tight, brother. Thank you for the prayer for the tornado victims here in Tennessee today. Oh, my goodness. Moment of silence. Hold on. Hold right on. And a moment of silence for the people in Tennessee and the victims of that tornado. I didn't even know about it, but now I do. Dear Lord, we don't know why you do things. All we know is how to keep our faith in the times of the toughest times. And through our faith, sometimes we're able to find gratitude, and through gratitude, we're able to get through. And please take care of the families and the people and the victims that were hurt. Amen. Sorry to hear that. Okay, moving forward, Joker NYC for the 20. And shout out to everyone that gave on a beautiful day and celebrated with me today. $200 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. Very, very blessed to be here with each and every one of you. And thank you to all the new members, too, as well, who jumped on in. Blessings on blessings on blessings. 16 new memberships. That's amazing. May God bless you all for doing that. All right. And with that, let's jump on into these super chats and see what's happening. NOIA. Let's jump on in. Already looked at some other coins, too, on my radar that, to me, are saying a move is coming. Let's take a look at NOA Syntropy on KuCoin. First thing I'm going to do is look at it on the daily time frame. I'm going to take away the moving averages, and I'm just going to take a look-see at what's happening. I get that Adam and Eve double bottom vibe, which is cool. I get the falling wedge. Got above that bottom, made it, This is going to be our next big resistance area where we bounced, and we had some resistance even right here. Pretty gappy, like we can get up there pretty much, and we get through that. I mean, you can see we can easily get up into this area here. So, do I know this project? Do I care about it? No. Do I know much about it? I also don't. So, don't take what I'm, so I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing. Bit of a rising wedge that could start to come back on the daily. If it breaks out parabolically. You just had a golden cross, which is bullish. So what you're doing is you're looking for the daily, in my humble opinion, to possibly pull back. Let's take a look at the 4. 4's got this little flag going on you, but it could turn into a Bart Simpson. I'm not in love with the daily right now, but the 4 is interesting. I personally would wait, break out, retest, and buy here. But this is where I would feel better getting in. If we came down and retested and hit this key level here, somewhere at about 0.4 cents, 0.4 even, 409, 0.409 for NOIA. All right, tricky one. That's a tricky one. IOTX, a coin that I used to hold back in the day, long term, the IOTX network. All right, put it out down here when it was just at 0.2, flew all the way up to 4.7, massive gains for IOTX. And I attempt to put things in the exact perfect place. Not every time, but a lot of my calls are just, they'll show you right there. That was your bottom. You were gone for 115% gains. Again, same thing I do whenever I look at a coin, anything. I go to a big time frame, the 3-day chart. I take a look at it without, look, it's got that Adam and Eve double bottom again, broke to the upside. Every single chart had it. Sometimes it was just twisted. And when I started to see it, kind of diagonally, I said, let me try this. I used to just see them only as falling wedges. I never saw, I used to see this. I never saw this. What I see now is a slanted Adam and Eve. And now I see it all the time, and I'm making money on it because I'm like, oh my God, there it is. And I show it to you. I show you guys one of these patterns probably every day now, right? Who here sees the slanted Adam and Eve on the pattern on the show all the time? All the time. Who here learned about the Adam and Eve from me? Who here knew about it before me? Put a 1. If you learned about it from me, put a 2. Put a 1 in the comment if you knew about the Adam and Eve before you met me. Put a 2 if you never knew what it was until after you came to the channel and started getting schooled. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Put a 2. We got a lot of 2s coming in right now. A lot of 2s. Amazing. Wow, a lot more 2s than 1s. Spreading that education. Unbelievable. You people are unbelievable. Some of the nicest people in the world, man. And honest people, too. Honest people out here. I wouldn't want to be with anyone else but the lifers. I surrounded myself with the energy in which I put out, and it's been an amazing run. I met these people. I went to Thanksgiving. I had Christmas last year with someone that I met on this in the trading group. You know what I mean? Man, we have such a good time together. I'm so excited to be here with each and every one of you every single day. We are doing something amazing that I know has never been done before. I can feel it. I can breathe it. And, not everybody recognizes yet what's really happening, but some of you do. And even I don't sometimes. I really don't. But I know it's bigger than me, and I'm just going with it. And I know it's going to take its own kind of motion, and it's going to bring us to somewhere that we've never thought possible. Because every single day has been like dreamlike, Yeah, we looked at EGLD already, Multiverse X. Thank you. Wish I could afford to learn from you, Mohammed. Just come to the live stream every single day. It's completely free, my friend. It's completely free. Ask super chats, write things down, become immersed, and you will learn. Many people told me they learned a lot from my channel alone, just coming to the channel every single day. So just keep coming back. So the 3-day chart says this has to pull back. You see that? Pull back to where? Well, you would say the 21-day moving average, but you're about to get a cross too as well. This thing hasn't popped yet, really, compared to most. I mean, it has, but not compared to most, right? It doubled up like everything, but daily's resetting. Likely going to get a bounce up, quick little bounce up, which would be a lot of money for this because it would be like 8 on 32, about 25%. But I'd still look for it to consolidate, in some type of way, shape, or form sideways. Yeah, it's still got to connect with the 21. Look for sideways price action here and some type of consolidation. I'm not loving this right now. And again, it probably will turn into a flag and do a huge move up. It has a big gap to go, and it's likely going to pump there. It is. You know, it just, the narrative is old. It's an older coin. They said they were going to do things for years. They really haven't. And I guess I'm sour for holding it back in the day and not getting full returns. And so now I'm just kind of like, come on, you know, IOTX. You still want to hang out. But I shouldn't put my past experience with IOTX on you and on the chart. The chart looks good. Daily looks interesting. I do see some type of reversal pump coming like this. But I see more of a flag forming first. I'd put an alert here just out of curiosity. I'm going to put one even though I'm going to waste one of my alerts on this coin even though I don't really want to trade it. Just out of curiosity to watch my projection play out if it does as such. All right. We talked about SHRAP. I want to just bring it up. You know, if you got it, we got in at the very beginning. We got in this thing very early. Back here, we were talking about shrapnel when it was 10 cents. It went all the way to 40 cents. It did a 4X. You know, I remember when we first talked about it on the live. But now, to me, it has to pull back. You know, and so this is our chance. Not everything goes up forever. Everything has a pullback. That's what people don't realize. Rookies want everything to keep ripping. So let's, you know, and we come back and retest. We could get it back at 25 cents. Shrapnel. And you got a bit of a double top here. You made a resistance. And it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to do this. You never know. It could consolidate sideways. This is the twisted sister now. Which way is it going to go? If it goes sideways, we have more likelihood that this thing continues to pump. And I may be trading this tomorrow, right? But if it goes down, then I wait for it to get to the 618, and then I accumulate or DCA into a swing position. See, like, two different scenarios, two different ideas, both plays on the table. But overall, I'm bullish on the project, and I know that it's likely going to go up over time, right? Desire, dedication, discipline, and determination is the lifers. You have taught me so much just watching your live streams, man. Shout out to Crypto Nate. We love you. You know, not everyone gets a lot, though. Some people get more than others. Some people some people watch the stream with a disciplined intent, right? Some people watch the stream. Most people do, I'm sure, because they get a lot out of it. But, you know, my point is how you decide to take on the stream is how much you'll get out of it. If you take this like a college course and you listen to me, like, you know, it's going to make sense. Telcoin's about to blast. You're 100% right. That's 4-hour bullish consolidation inside of a very, very bullish market. Very highly likely. I don't like where the 4-hour is per se, but it's probably likely to come down, hit the bottom trend line, and continue to the upside. You're 0.0417 here for Telcoin. I like Telcoin. And we used to trade it on and off of the trading group many a day back when. And so this thing's about to blast again. And there it is at 6174 for Telcoin. All right. That'd be a 61% gain. 61.74% gain. The target looking at is 0.04. It would still be under a half a penny for Telcoin. Tel is definitely something I'd be watching. That looks interesting to me. If anything, we're trading that. I'll be honest, that looks really nice. Shout out to whoever gave us Telcoin. You're a blessing. Awesome. Thank you. Chronos said they would do great things. They're crushing it as a Los Angeles resident, driving by the arena and seeing movie stars going to games. I feel like it's better than being in early on BNB. You know, Crow's big. I like it. It has a huge market cap. I just don't like something about the management gives me weird vibes. I can't explain it. And I'm sorry to say that. I don't mean to put but I just get that I get that Celsius, that FTX. I get this vibe. I can't fully explain why, but something tells me just, I could flip the coin, get in and get out, but something tells me not to really be behind the actual. And again, maybe I'm wrong, and I don't mean to flood a project that they're probably awesome and the nicest people in the world behind them. I don't know. I do get instincts and I do listen to them, and my instinct just keeps me away from crypto.com. I can't explain why. I can't explain it. But I've always followed that, and I've always stuck to it. And it is played out for me many times in my life. But again, who knows? I probably could just be out of my mind. So I talked about Quant getting to 128, breaking out of this flag. It seems like it's on the way. And what a boring coin. Can we move on now? It was $86. It's now at $115. Like, let's be honest, all right? It's up $30 on almost 90. It's up 30%. Let's move on. All right. We put out a call for it on December 3rd. It's been 6 days. It hasn't even made 26% gains. I love you. Quant's amazing for people that like to watch black and white movies of people playing with, those like balls that go back and forth on a paddle stick, just tick, tick, like come on, man. I love you for talking about Quant. I appreciate you. Quant's going all the way to 128. Amazing. Quant will rip when it's time, just like XRP. And shout out to the 10 membership from Crypto Nate, gifting memberships to people. That's the nicest thing you can do. They're $5 a membership, so you're just gifted another $50 to the channel. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for the love. That's so nice of you. And then people jump in and become members. It's the coolest thing you could do. All right. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'd wait for a flag again on the 4, and it's likely going to continue. Beautiful consolidation for a pump to the upside. Great way to teach people what goes on. And Bitcoin's been flat all show, if you've noticed. 43,750, just doing nothing. Just not much to talk about for Bitcoin. All right. Just kind of, we want to see if it can break out of this rising wedge and stay inside the pattern. And we already talked about it. Or is it going to go down here, dump to the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll go from there. And, hit this key node here at 41,800. Okay. Did I see Tom Crown in this? I thought I saw Tom Crown in there. Are you in there, Tommy? Tommy, are you out there? Tommy, are you out there? Tommy, are you out there? Tommy. Let's take a look at OGGY, all right? Which is far more interesting than Quant, I'll tell you that. And I don't even know what it is. But it's more interesting than Quant. I'll give you that. OGGY Inu, all right? Now this thing looks like a rug pull, man. All right, this is like shady. It could be doing this slanted Adam and Eve. I'll give this to you. We see this all the time, and then it gets to move up to here. I'm buying into this idea. This is a tiny little meme coin. It has an Inu at the end, and it's at the dumps of the dumps. It looks like a rug, man. I'm sorry. And it could be at the bottom where it's starting to make a huge move. You could be buying the best thing since sliced bread. I just, for my viewership and for me and for the, I got to move on. I can't. Is that okay, everybody, that I move on? Let me ask the chat. Is it okay that I move on from OGGY? It's too much for me. It's too much. You guys understand? Am I being rude? I just can't. I can't do it. Yeah, it looks like a rug, man. It should be called Ruggy and not OGGY. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, see? Send it, somebody said. And whoever gave the super chat, we love you, and we don't make fun. We're not poking fun. We just got to be honest. We got to be honest. You know what I mean? And we don't want, honestly, I want the caliber of super chats to be like upheld and be kind of like spot on. And I don't want to have 1,000 OGGYs every day. I don't want to go through 10 of those a week. You know what I mean? It happens more in the bull run. We have to sift through the nonsense. It is what it is. Look, there's the cup and handle that we talked about. It's still going. And this is the ascending triangle that XRP is going to slowly make. It's going to take weeks, months, and then in May, it's going to be still at about 74 cents. And then by, next year, it'll be $1.17. And you guys would be like, wow, we doubled up in a year. And I'd be like, how did it feel? We doubled up in like a couple hours, right? I hold XRP. I'm about to sell it all. I really am. I've been holding it for too long. I'm about to get rid of it. I got it at 16 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents and 48. I'm done. Like, I'm done. Had I sold all my XRP and put it into like anything else, I didn't, as I went to say that, like I was just gonna make a joke, and then I was like, I'm not even joking. I'm being dead. I'm being absolutely serious. Like, I'd have put it into anything else at all, like I would have been done better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, had I rug pulled, I would have had more fun. You know. At least I would have had a story and some emotions. Sorry, I love XRP, and I've been in the XRP army, but like, if you're in the XRP army, then you must feel what I feel. No, man, like, it's the coin of coins, man. Like, it's going to go, man. It's 589, man. Like, and again, I love XRP, and I think it can do numbers. And I think the banking system, I'm not going to get rid of my XRP. I'm going to keep it, because you never know. It could be something going on with, that's why I keep it, because I'm deep inside. I love the ideas and the conspiracies behind what could be the new form of money and all that. ISO 222. No, I love it. I own some Stellar Lumens. I own, you know what I mean? But I also, like I said, I like to make money, and I could have made a bunch of money and then bought my XRP back by now. I could have put all my XRP in like a bunch of other coins, sold it, paid the taxes on it, like 3 taxable events, put it back in, and still have more money than had I held XRP, right? I'm just being honest. Like, and people get pissed off sometimes when you talk about the facts, and you're just being a factual individual. Like, if anything, you should just respect me for not being shady. You know what I mean? Okay, so here's the deal. I like what this is doing. It's coming into the sweet spot. 786 retracement. You know what I mean? Put an alert there. Look for a move back to the upside. DYDX looks good. I wish all super chats took like 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Draw 2 lines, show a fib, call it a day, walk away. But that's true. I mean, it looks great. Like, it's in the golden pocket right now. That's usually when I begin to DCA into a swing, right? Then I try to get more near the 786 if I'm lucky enough and call it a day and let the move, right? That's me, though. I'm not a financial advisor. Like I say, you should be taking as financial advice. As it says, I'm a teacher, you're a student. That would be our relationship. If you join my trading group, I would never go over your portfolio, tell you what to buy or sell. I don't do things of that nature. I would just sit there and just go over the facts, talk about what's happening. Break down, what I see in the charts, right? Teach you how to use the charts to take advantage of the market. Bitcoin falling off a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if we went to 41.8. I'm telling you, I do see some bearishness on the bigger time frames that are starting to pile up on us. We're kind of getting down to smaller and smaller ifs if we can be bullish. Bit of an M, major resistance hit, But this is the pattern. When I wake up tomorrow morning, it's likely, and I do my update for us, it's likely we're somewhere here in this circled zone. All right? And that's going to be my, fun little prediction for tomorrow. It may not be 100%. We don't know. I'll do the best I can. Right? How many people we got here on the show kicking it with me as we head into 10 o'clock and run through these super chats? A lot more super chats. A lot more action than I thought was going to happen tonight. I'll be honest. 757 people on the live. Unbelievable. 596 likes. $214 in chat revenue. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at CONV, Engine, and XNA. You know what's funny? You mentioned ENJ engine because that's an NFT / gaming play in a way. In my mind, it kind of covers both. You know what I mean? And it's been hot, right? I mean, it hasn't been hot, but it's been hot in the past. I remember that coin beaming. Really started the run in a way. So let's take a look at this thing. This thing is looking beautiful on the stochastics RSI, number one. And so you got this type of pattern forming here. Brewing, as I call it. I don't know where I get all these names. Probably from my mom and my dad. I say a lot of things my mom and dad said. You're brewing. He's brewing. It's brewing. He's a brewing. Anyway, we take a look. I'm just joking around. We take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour is in an ascending, what's called an ascending triangle, right? And it's starting to look pretty nice. And it's starting to consolidate quite nicely too. Now it has the resistance where it wicked. And it has the support where it bounced from. And it's channeled with this, beautiful uptrending trend line. See, humans have no choice but to trade inside geometrical shapes, for that's the system in which we live in. We cannot leave the system in which we live in. It's impossible. Okay? I'd put an alert right here and wait for this to pump. I put an alert down here too as well. And I'll alert my trading group when this thing looks hot to me. It's weird. I used to put my alerts down here. What happened there? Still lets me do it, right? Okay, cool. And I put alerts on the stochastics RSI. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody do that, but I do it. Okay, now the next thing we're going to talk about. Hold on, here we go. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Philly, is that you, baby? Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. Might sell my XRP for some Wendy's tonight. I know, right? The farts you'll get at the end will be better. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Please, some AVAX technicals. Honestly, my back is killing me. I'm getting very close to the end here. Engine protocol. On MEXC. So it did break out. It's funny, I was thinking about it earlier today. Wow, so they just got it in October, but this is an older coin with a lot of action. I'm going to look at it on like Binance or a bigger, so we can really look at its total behavior. All right. And when that happens, just pick up where you left off, but use the support of resistance from the bigger exchange. You know what I mean? That'll take time. You'll figure out what I said over time, but I personally really like this project. And I like that it hasn't really pumped yet. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but this is obvious stuff to me. It's making the Adam and Eve double bottom. It's going to break out. Like, these break out 90% of the time. I've showed you these breaking out 90% of the time. I've proven that this thing does. Look, we got a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. Wants the moon. It's inside of a gap. The VRVP sends it higher to 45. This thing has bullishness written all over it. Just when I just look at the storyline going on the 2-day chart. Okay. This is an easy buy and sell in a month for double my money. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not guaranteeing it. I said my money, not your money. But again, and anything could happen. Maybe it goes to zero. I'd put it in what I'm willing to lose and I'd let it ride. And if I lost, I'd be okay with it. I would handle my risk properly. I wouldn't over risk. And that way I'd be able to handle it without thinking too much about it. It broke this trend line and retested, which is a beautiful sign as well. And that Adam and Eve, man. Something I never saw before. I started seeing it just in the last 4 or 5 months. Changed the way I looked at these altcoins. Changed the way I saw them reversing. And it gave me so much like it just made it so effortless when I would see. I was like, oh yeah, that's going to do it. So look, it just got above the 200 SMA. Huge. We talked about this on a lot of other things. Add money here. Wait for, this thing could boom. So I like what I'm seeing here. And honestly, it's highly likely it's 75 cents within, I'd say, I'd say by the first week of January. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong. I can't guarantee anything, and I'm not guaranteeing it, but it's very likely based on the probabilities of what we've been watching. All right? So that's a winner. It just got above the 200 SMA. That alone. I know there's I could go over all these other technicals, Fibonacci's, and honestly, man, this thing's about to print, period. Highly likely it's going to print. If it goes back below the 200 SMA, fine. The whole story's over for now until it gets back above it again. But right now, very, 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 very bullish indication that 100% gains is coming for this thing. And its bottom was 21. This is something that really is close to the bottom. And it's high. It's all-time high on Binance. We're talking 487, 490. And like I said, and we all are talking about the fact that we'll have a bigger market cap than ever. So we talk about a $5 engine coin, right? And this thing like started the rally last time at 36 cents, a 13x, and I believe you could probably get maybe a 15, possibly even a 20 if this thing goes to like, $10 a coin and does something crazy. So $7.20 a coin would be about a 20x. So yeah, older metaverse coin engine. You can smelt your coins in the game, meaning you can turn a weapon, smelt it in an engine coin, use that engine in another game, and now your weapon isn't stuck in the game. People would buy all these things in a game and never be able to get them out. They'd spend hundreds of dollars. Engine coin lets you move the value from one game to another. I thought it was amazing. What a smart idea. Smelting engine coin. When engine first came out, I was all about it. Let's talk about XNA. And I'm very knowledgeable about all these coins. That's something that's a fact. All I do for days on days is study all these coins. And I know about all different ones. They make sense to me, So look at MEXC on XNA. Remember, I sold all my XNA at like 512 for a pretty nice gain. I was up pretty big, all right? And I did go back in, but not with the whole shebang, right? Now I'll think of kind of grabbing a little more and waiting. On this, it looks okay on this time frame. We lose this trend line though, but we are consolidating so far nicely. I like to look at it on CoinX because it has more information and the chart's bigger. All right. CoinX is a similar idea, consolidating. Seem to have lost the trend line, in my humble opinion. And if we get an overall bigger pullback for Bitcoin, that's the thing. It's like you go as hard as you can. It's kind of like playing craps. You put a lot of bets, but then when 7 comes, it's all over. Like, you keep going hard, and then Bitcoin can really it can put a cease to the show pretty fast, Again, I kept saying there's one or two things happening. That's why it's always good to be open-minded. Could be coming back down to this bottom trend, and we could be making a bigger falling wedge. I feel like we did that already. We kind of left it, though. But I'm open-minded that we could come back to the 618 and revisit this 200 SMA, 1 hour time frame. We're starting to lose the 200 on the 1 hour. That's usually where things get hairy. Once you lose the 1 hour, you go to the 2 hour 200. Once you lose the 200, you go to the 3 hour. So you would be expecting NOIA AI to drop down somewhere to 003988. It's a very possible idea, okay, for NOIA AI. If you want to swing long it, I'd wait for a bounce above 0054. All right. And there's a chance this trend line holds and we just start to kind of do our thing and we consolidate. If I was going to swing long this, and that's why I love swing trading, because then I can sit patiently and wait and get in here when we consolidate. Or get in here down there. These are the only two areas I'm going to really think about getting in. This is highly aggressive because I could get hurt either way. This gives me more confirmation that the trade is going to go more well in my favor. All right. Is WDK WADS pay on BitTrue? I like what it's doing. It's consolidating nicely, getting ready for a big move. Period. I'd put an alert right there and wait. Watch that consolidate. Very similar to what I kind of said on XNA, right? Whole market's kind of at that standstill on these falling wedges, watching the edges of these trend lines. Wait for it to pump up, get tight, And the chance WADPay is going to make a WAD and get you paid. All the way up to a chance, the 0758 is the target for WADSPay. And I think that will conclude the night. I'm like running out of steam. Possibly 90% of gains on BBANK, $12 million market cap. I mean, the brand new coin, high risk, high reward. You'd have to kick out the rising wedge for gains. BBANK, 51% possibly coming right there. I wouldn't touch it or trade it. I don't know enough about it. But again, it's just something someone talked about. Super chats are closed, baby. Super chats are closed. PMPY is a gem. We did talk about that already on the channel a few times. Right? $12 million market cap. It's a layer 2 blockchain platform built on top of the Ethereum network. It aims to enhance scalability, transactions, and security. It doesn't have much to say about it, for something that's such a gem. I don't know. Yes and maybe no. Maybe you know more about it than we. It doesn't seem to kind of have that je ne sais quoi. We do this because we do that. Just here, just believe us. We're going to make you money. I guess it's been ripping, though, since you did give it to us. Wow. I mean, that's when we first looked at it, though. It dipped hard. It's got a very thin market cap. You can see. Man, just because something pumps doesn't make it a great coin either, Tree. Shout out to Stack McChange in the house. God bless you, man. 10:30, and we did it from 8:30 to 10:30. An amazing live stream. I am exhausted tonight. I'm out in the woods. Saturday nights, no street lights, keeps you tired. Tomorrow's a big day for me and my family. Kind of do a beautiful send-off for my mother and share it with people that knew her. Hear some stories. I'm excited to hear what some people said about her and just to hear a little more. It's almost like her last day alive. Not really. I mean, she's always alive with me. I don't want to say it like that, but tomorrow's the last day in a way. It's like where I can get as close to who she was when she was alive. You know what I mean? And connect. And I think it's going to be healing. I think it's going to be special. And I'm very excited. And so, yeah. I love celebrations of life. That's what I want for me. Yeah, we never had a funeral for my mom. We never did. She didn't have a normal funeral like thousands or millions of people do. We didn't have the casket. We didn't do the Irish thing. She didn't like the church. Right now, she's just been cremated. It's been a week or two, and we're going to celebrate her life in 2 different locations, and it's going to be awesome, And I apologize if that's disrespectful to anybody or that's not how it should be done. I don't know, and I probably don't have to, I can do it any way I want to do it. Right? Any way we see fit. My mom just wanted to be cremated. And what's interesting is it's kind of creepy, but we'll probably put her and my dad's ashes like we'll probably cremate them. We'll throw them out in the same location together. We were supposed to all do my dad's ashes, but we couldn't really do it this summer. Like no one had the guts to do it. Like my mom wasn't ready, It wasn't time. We were going to wait a year or something. I don't know when it was going to happen. It was going to happen when it was supposed to happen, and we were all going to let my dad's ashes out, and that was going to be it. But it is what it is, and to you people still hearing who are human and don't just care about bots and gains and actually care about me as a person, I appreciate that. It means a lot to me, and thank you. They liked SUIP yesterday. They put that out yesterday too. That you can see anything they put out got some love. However, we are away from that 21. So as much love as we're getting, that's what I love about my logic TA. My logic is fought through all of the crazy thoughts and euphoric senses that I can get. Now here I'm just always logically looking for the Fibonacci retracement, the 21-day moving average, and I'm just never chasing anymore. It's so amazing. Right? And weird, they kept their nose in the game, regulated for up and down trades in the U.S. and nobody else is. Most work put in the bear market. I think if you did a deep dive, you would flip your thoughts on Crow. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You're probably right. I love you, Sam. Thanks for everything. I went through that recently. It's difficult, but he is free, and he hasn't made it to the next level above anything. I love you, Sam. Thanks for everything you do. God bless you and your mom and your pops are happy for your reaching that 50K tonight. And everyone, I just forgot. Thank you so much for 50,000 subscribers. What an amazing day it was today. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all of the super chats. Everyone that gave a chat, we love you. We appreciate you. Bullish Roger Dodger, Stas, Crypto Nate. I would appreciate your opinion on WTK. It looked pretty interesting. Wild's Pay, right? I think that's what we were looking at. Shout out to DV, Mars Solo, PVU Network, God is Love, After Hours Investing, Kyle Arvello, Kyra Plummer, Roger Dodger, Sean Whitney, Name, Certo Verno, Reels is Tick, Crypto Cappy, Glenn Baker, Crypto Billy, we love you, man. Joker NYC, Johnny Rum, Stack McChange, and everybody that makes the show possible. Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to MEXC. Shout out to Bookmap. Shout out to ITrust Capital. And all you beautiful souls that came to the stream and made it happen. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. May God bless you all, and to all, a good night. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you all. I'll see you tomorrow, and then we'll be back in the home studio for the Sunday night weekly candle close. May God bless you all. Thank you so much.